So I realized at that point that somebody had been in my house once again. Okay, that's what had been going on. That's why I've been calling the police. And I get this brilliant idea. I thought this is just a great idea because I couldn't figure out where they're coming in at. You know, and it's. I mean, I tried all kinds of things. I'm a very logical, systematic person, technical person. I'm an IT guy, and so I get this idea. I'm going to tie wire the spare bedroom door shut, and that's going to compartmentalize my house. And then so if there's a trap door in like one of the guest bedrooms, then they ain't going to be running in there, you know, because what was happening, I was figuring out that one, there was more than one, so I was being ganged up on, you know, I mean, I was sure of that. And then they're doing a lot of diversion tactics. I mean, I'd have burglar alarms going off here and really think that I have them over here, that I got them in this room or whatever, that they're fixing to be caught. And all of a sudden, a burglar alarm go off on the other side of the house, and I take off to the other side of the house, and I get back and nobody's in there. You know, and so that was going on. And I think that this day of the murder attempt or the shooting, that when the burglar alarms were going off over and over and over, as I told the nurse and as I told the detective, I think they were wanting me to chase up in the attic because that's where the burglar alarm was going on. I think it was one of them diversion. But he'd been playing that game for a while, and I wasn't playing that game. You know, I wasn't going to go chase the alarm anymore, okay? And so I think maybe that was part of it, more than just taunting evil stuff. I think maybe they actually had a purpose for setting off them burglar alarms. And then, as I mentioned that show, I literally felt like I was herded like an animal, okay? Because it was like they're making noise over here, and I'm the animal, and they're waiting for me to walk in front of the kill zone, the kill shot. And as soon as I walk in front, boom, they shoot me. Boom, I fall. My phone lines are cut. I'm supposed to die. I mean, I'm shot from a foot away, at point blank range, directly in an artery. I should have died. You know, God gets all the praise and glory. Anyway, let me show you these doors back here. Let's go this way. Okay, I'm back in my hallway, and where I've got the camera is almost sitting in my bedroom, and it's looking at the guest bathroom here, okay? And then so there's a little hallway here, and I'm going to move the camera here in a minute, and that's one guest bedroom, and then on the other side over across is an identical mirror guest bedroom. So there's two bedrooms side by side, and then right in the middle there is a little closet, okay? And actually attic entrance is up there in that little closet. And so what I did was I got some of this tie wire. This is the tie wire right here, okay? And it's aluminum tie wire, okay? And so I got the tie wire, and I went in, and like I said, this is what I call the brilliant idea, you know. I shut this door, okay, and I shut this door right there, okay, and then I come in here, and I tie wired that doorknob, okay, I'm going to show you here, to the closet doorknob, like that, okay, over to this doorknob, just like that, and then I finished this up right here. I shut this door, and I tied this one, okay, and then I cut the wire, and there we go, okay. So when you try to open this door physically, it pulls against the wire, okay? And I had a little tighter than this, of course, but it basically, none of them doors could you open because of the same thing. It pulled against it. So all these doors were physically tie wired shut. And so from then, that's all blocked off, okay? So then I got my gun, okay? Because you got to remember, this is a felony home invasion. And people breaking in your home are dangerous, and it got proven that day because they tried to kill me. They shot me, okay? What I think happened was I trapped a burglar in here, and I didn't know it, okay? And there's evidence I found when I got out of the hospital, And so instead of calling the police and going, I'm a burglar, you know, committed 5,000 crimes again there. We got underground hidden access, and this guy trapped us in there, and it's really his fault. We had to shoot him. Is that dumb? They're a burglar and a burglary, and they get caught and they shoot me, and I got a feeling they're trying to blame me, literally. You know, I mean, that's just nuts, is what that is. You know, that's criminal mentality right there. Is that you're blaming the crime victim. To come in here. The police come in here, all they have to do is untie the wire, okay? And if they don't untie the wire, then they can get their little little cutters and cut the wire, okay? Either way, however they want to do it. But what you don't have to do is tear this door off the hinge. And when I returned from the hospital, the hinge is torn from the wall right here. Okay, from the bottom that door is, and I'm going to show you here. I'm going into the bathroom, and they're still there. Okay, that right here is pry marks. Okay, on the top of the door jamb. Now I painted this whole home when I moved in here, the entire home, and I can promise you there were no pry marks. See, no pry marks on that one. There ain't no pry marks on this one, and there ain't no pry marks anywhere in this house. Okay, them happened while I was in the hospital, and I believe it happened right after I got shot and crawled out, because I think I trapped a criminal in here, a burglar, and they were panicked because I was on the other side of that door with a gun. Okay, I mean, I'm a homeowner trying to protect my home. I have as much right to protect my life and my home as anybody else does, right? And so I think, you know, that's really what happened. And so comments were made by different people that I later thought were in reference to me tying my door shut and trapping that burglar in that guest bathroom, and that's almost a proven fact. You know, that's where the pry marks come from. That's what happened when I tied that door. And so what it seems like, as I explained in that other video, that they had a choice. They could either call the police and admit that they're a criminal breaking into a private home. They've been stealing from me. They got this home rig for hidden access. They got many other homes around here. They're stealing from lots of people. This is a crime gang. Or they could kill me, and they chose to kill me. But now it looks like some of them have come back and decided, you know, have go, oh, it was his fault that we had to shoot him because we were breaking in his home, and he trapped so and so in the guest bathroom, and of course I had a gun. So anyways, one of the comments, the ex-wife comes by a couple weeks after the shooting, and she says, "You don't know how many lives you ruined with your idiocy." Okay, well, one thing here is what was my idiocy? Staying home, minding my own business. But maybe my idiocy was that I recognized I had a burglar in my house once again. I tie-wired the doors shut, and I trapped them. Maybe that was the reference to your idiocy. Now, when she said, "You don't know how many lives you ruined," that told me a lot of people were here. So where were they? They were in the $1 million underground facility. Multiple people are documented saying it's here. That was a recorded phone call. Okay, here's Ricky Ronaldo saying that he used to go in the tunnels under my house. Here's Lance Eggleton says, "We have access to residents at all times. No one will ever believe your story." Here's Betty Shipley, where we're looking at this ditch behind Home Depot and underground facility. She says, "I know it's there." This guy says he's been in the tunnels under my house. And Rhonda Denman Rogers said that the underground facility is a half block from my home. So we can bet it's here because we have proof I shot, you know, by somebody under my home. But so that just says a lot of people. That's what the ex-wife was saying. There was a lot of people here. Why were they going to have their lives ruined? Well, you know, some people think this woman said they were having pedophile parties in the underground facility, so maybe that's it. We don't know that. But the whole point of me bringing that up is because she said, "with your idiocy," which I think was a reference to me tie-wiring the doors shut. Okay, and then another person that seemed to do the same thing was MPD Officer April Chandler. Okay, she filled out an application for emergency detention form at the hospital before I even made it to the hospital. Okay, Officer April Chandler. Here's my name, and this is time stamped at 11:03. I hadn't even made it to the hospital yet. Okay, and according to the medical records, but here at the bottom, I want to show you this. This is real interesting. She said, "Mr. Webb showed paranoia to the extent that he," and then she started to write "shot." and scribbled it out. And I believe that because she knew that was a direct lie and I hadn't shot myself. And she changed her wording to say, showed paranoia to the extent that he caused himself to suffer a gunshot wound to the ankle. What that sounds like to me, she was saying was, due to my paranoia that I trapped a burglar in my guest bathroom, then we had to come to his house and shoot him by surprise with a special bullet and cut his phone lines and kill him. It was his fault that we broke into his home and tried to kill him. That's what it sounds like to me. So I think that was another reference with April Chandler saying the same thing, okay? And then even my dad, okay, in a conversation, my late dad is no longer alive. And this is another picture of the pry marks that I found on the inside of the door jamb. Okay, and we were talking about this burglar being trapped one day. And Dad said, yeah, but you had the doors tire wired shut. You had the safety off on your shotgun. And he was upset, you know. And so that basically, this is my dad, I know, you know. He's basically, it sounded like to me, once again, he's trying to blame me because I trapped a criminal in my home. And they were involved in a felony burglary. My first call for burglary was 14 months earlier. These people have been breaking in my home, stealing from me. This home has been rigged along with many others, okay? And you can see at the nurse's notes at 11:27, I said, my neighbors are breaking my house, sirens are going off, I have tie wire around my cabinets and closet, a voice recorder. That's now stolen, by the way. But basically, I told them I had been tie wiring to compartmentalize my home because of the repeated crimes that I had been calling the police, the Texas Ranger, and the FBI over. Okay, so then there's the ex-wife, April Chandler, and my dad, and they all seem to be saying the same thing. And then this was an interesting one because this is a guy on Facebook named Shannon Jeter. That's his picture that he had posted over in Lovington. And he says some very interesting things. He's talking about the cops here. Be careful, don't make them mad. Okay. And then it says, here you be careful with cops. They kill people every day. And he said they can kill you and get away with it. So be careful. Don't make them mad. Sell the house. Hell, they'll probably give you a lot of money for it. And stop publicizing their business. And you go buy another home. Okay, so he's definitely knows that the crimes are directly connected to this home. He's trying to talk me into selling my home under the threat of death, right? Which we know that's a violation of the Hobbs Act is what that is. And that's what's going on here, okay? And then the other thing he said was interesting. Well, good luck finding a DA or district attorney to file any charges on a cop or public official. And it sounds like he is saying that a cop who tried to murder me, a cop is the one that came to my home with a gun and shot me by surprise. It sounds like a cop is the would-be killer. And that would make a lot of sense since they were caught stealing evidence and covering up the crime scene. But then he says, keep your doors locked and tie wired shut. Now, isn't that interesting on this tie wire shut? And so there's the story of the tie wire.